From the brass hood, the plaster, the reeded detail, and the breakfast nook, this is an entertaining dream of a kitchen. Let's first talk about the stunning statement in this room, which is the hood. This entire wall has so many details and has the most thoughtful little touches. So the brass hood was really a statement piece that we wanted to give to the room. It's custom and it's inlaid into this beautiful plaster that has so much movement and texture that perfectly fits that spot. On either side of the hood, we wanted to have some open shelving, and we wanted it to go from the perimeter of the countertop all the way to the ceiling. But we wanted to add just the right little touch that would give it a little something more than your average open shelving. So we added some reeded detailing to the back of the cabinet, so it had a little bit of layering when we then put on all the accessories. Speaking of reeded detail, we brought that onto the fridge and the freezer so that it could really bookend this part of the kitchen and add a really dramatic detail. The last element on this wall is, of course, the backsplash. This was carried throughout the kitchen, and it is a beautiful white cream zellige, and it's in an interesting pattern. And what I love about it is that it creates a neutral palette where all the other elements can really shine, but it adds a little something extra. We got lucky with this client because they were very open to having a marble that made a statement. So we went with this marble that has a heavy veining, and we carried it across the perimeter of the kitchen as well as on the island. This island is one of our show-stopping statements in the kitchen. It's oversized, and we wanted to give it a furniture feel so that it didn't feel totally connected to the ground and it felt just a little bit more open and airy. We went for a wood countertop, which I am obsessed with. It's totally different and unique and adds a really warm element to the space that otherwise wouldn't be there with this large of an island. But of course, we wanted to add a little something around the sink, and so we did this really interesting surround out of the heavy marble veining. And in order to stop the water from entering to the wood, we did this brass inlay that adds a really beautiful touch while also being a really practical element. We wanted to bring some of the reeded detailing onto the island. So we did this in a trim at the top of the island in a white oak, which adds just a small touch of something really spectacular. With this island being 16 feet long, it was the perfect spot to add plenty of bar stools for entertaining. We created these custom bar stools that are white oak with a leather detail. The ceiling treatment is a little different. As you can see, we went with a little bit more of an off-even look. We wanted to create something that didn't feel so traditional, so we did kind of different clusters of beams across. Then we added a dark stain to it, which really added a lot of drama and a lot of contrast to the space. Just off the kitchen is the breakfast nook. This was an opportunity that we took for a real architectural moment. We wanted to carry the arches that are seen throughout the home into the space, but we thought this would be the perfect spot to create an intimate moment where the arch turns into a bit of a dome shape. That allowed us to create a custom sofa that fit right in and then layer the table and stools. This nook is a unique space of its own. It really is a feature moment, and I love that also it will be very versatile to any way that our client wants to use it. No kitchen is complete without styling. In this kitchen, we have added a lot of layers of different accessories. Everything from cutting boards, trays, plates, bowls, canisters, and even a few art pieces, which bring this space together and give it a really homey, lived-in vibe. I love the way that the kitchen turned out in our Earthy Eclectic project. You too can have some Earthy Eclectic feel in your home by shopping our collection.